Hello, everyone. Welcome to G Game Nights. Good games and good nights, internets. That's what we do here. This is a Wednesday, and we're going to play a game today. And there's going to be a shot, just one though. And we're going to all be playing high level characters. And it's going to be a whole lot of fun. Two guys, a girl, and a pizza face. I'll let you decide who's that. Let's see. Welcome to this game. I'm sure we have announcements, but I have no idea what's going on at all. I think there's a game tomorrow and one on Saturday.
Yep.
Times?
Tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time is All Myths Are True. It's our Monster of the Week game. And Saturday, we're at a different time this week.
5 o'clock this week.
5 o'clock Eastern Time this week because of scheduling. That'll be Sarthia again.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. That is exciting. So, let's see. What are we going to do today? Is there anything that we want to talk about before we just get going? I think we might just get going.
Yeah, I just want to go.
All right. So, our adventure begins somewhere on a world. Let's see. Who wants to volunteer for the first kind of scene as we kind of take a peek in on what each of you are doing at this exact moment?
I'll go first because I don't want to go after Sean because I know his will be funny.
Okay. Called out.
Now you have to go really melancholy, Sean.
Be sad. What am I doing?
Who is your character and what are they doing? You can describe it in whatever order.
Okay, my character is Thistle. She is a very small, young-looking halfling woman with long red hair and big green eyes and pointy ears, and she just generally looks very cute and a little. And she is currently, as she has always done for almost her entire 674 years on this planet that they live on. She is currently very quietly guiding a group of travelers through a mountain pass.
Excellent. What kind of so they're all like following you? Have they been following you for a long time? Or are these like newbies?
Excuse me. Yeah, I think so. Thistle has been doing this for a very long time. It's kind of what she does. She lives out in the wilderness and kind of serves as a guide between like major areas where there's a lot of wilderness in between them. So these people probably don't travel much and have hired her as their guide.
Excellent. As you are traveling, and there's a kind of a light breeze, you hear like the rustling of branches of nearby forest trees, and you begin to hear something else, a slight melody, though of what instrument it belongs to you can't quite be sure. And we're going to move on real quickly to the monk.
Okay, so I think where we come across Monk, who is my monk, he's a monk, is...
Wait, what is he?
He's a monk. I'm playing a monk.
Right.
His name is Monk.
Okay.
He's monk. He's monk.
I think... I was trying to decide which way to go with this. Yeah, I think we come across like a sort of sleepy harbor town, just like a small little port in Hanana, wherever this is taking place. And
the city of Hanana.
Yeah, the city of Hanana. And the streets are mostly quiet, except there is one sort of source of livelihood and merriment going on in the town. And we come to like a little like oceanside like sailors tavern, and in there there is a huge amount of commotion as a rather large group of fishermen and sailors and locals are gathered around in a circle, as there are like 6 kind of big burly looking men and women that are currently getting the snot beaten out of them by a tiny little goblin who is just zooming around the place, jumping off of walls, off of tables, and just pounding the shit out of all of them, just yelling and screaming and hooping and hollering all the way. And this is Monk. He has purple hair, yellow eyes, and sort of olive green skin.
I'm just picturing Yoda.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. It's like Yoda when he was like 20. Yeah. And Monk is
Yoda.
Yeah. Well, Monk is 10 years old, so I guess a little bit.
Okay. Excellent. And as you are drubbing all of these individuals and redirecting their weight against them, flinging them into furniture and out windows and against walls, before too long, the ones that are still conscious begin to scramble away and run outside, or I don't remember if it was outside already, but they start running down away and down the street. When you begin to hear music, which will bring us to D'Artagnan.
D'Artagnan Bronzemeadow is currently, despite having pulled off the world's greatest heists that no one has heard about, spends his time, as he always does in the morning, running a simple card trick, shell game, that sort of thing. Still mixing it up with the common folk, making sure he keeps his skills sharp. And they are the greatest, even though no one knows about them, because they're just that great.
That's excellent. So you go and you start. Are you trying to grift people? Or are you playing this game straight?
I think playing it straight, but also being very extremely magic-y and showy about it, so that people are like, okay, there has to be some kind of trick here.
Okay.
But has a mage hand that's also helping shuffle cards or move cups around, and it's just a whole lot of sleight of hand and showmanship.
I think as you're doing this, there's a few people that are wandering around, finding out, with like their stacks of chips or coins, and they looked at your table. They're like, no, and they move on to the next one. When there is a band playing in the place where you are, they're playing a jaunty tune, but kind of inexplicably above the din, you're able to pick out a melody that's it's arresting, that you can't help but pay attention to. And then each of you, in your own respective moments, the music begins to grow louder, and before long, just a moment later, you are plucked from that space. And you find yourselves in what can't rightly be called anywhere. A moment ago, you were somewhere else, but now around you, fractals of kaleidoscoping light swirl and dazzle. Distance here is incomprehensible. Within the swirling lights, you feel both claustrophobic and impossibly remote. Yet you see two other figures. Their forms distorted here in this space. When a voices, in unison speak. We are the choir. We are that which serenades existence, each voice singing from within its own reality. All realities together harmonize as we sing, as we bear witness to the beauty and terror of creations. Yet within the choir, one voice among us has cried out. And then kind of from this unison of voices that as you hear it, there seems to be, it's almost like it's through a vocoder. It like you just, it's constantly like in harmony with each other. This accordance that you hear. But the next thing you hear is just a single solitary voice. Just, it is I who have cried out. A great evil has risen within our materia, a force of entropy and destruction. It gnaws upon the roots of our creation. And then all the voices once again join in. If one voice is silenced, harmony will cease. The music will break. Realities will break in a final discordant cascade. You've been called forth, this materia's mightiest champions, into this liminal space between realities. As there is balance in all things, for all love there is hate, for all life there is death, and for all creations there is Nidhogg. You must pass through the fields of loam, the bones of the gods, and scale the world tree, and stop Nidhogg before he devours your reality. And then, before you can reply, you feel kind of a lurch, like being stretched in several directions, and then you find yourself in a new place altogether. You find yourself looking out across a vast field. Your feet sink slightly into the muddy grounds. Oh, that's fine. I thought I was just going to get more intense than that. Your feet slightly sink to the muddy grounds. Around you, you see kind of curling, rotten vines kind of emerging from the mud. You see bones everywhere. Ahead, you see what at first you think is a forest of, well, of stumps. But as you peer closer, you notice that these are all people. This is a little too intense. I'm gonna change it to this one. I don't want drums. This has drums too? Oh my god.
What are they doing with music nowadays? Everything just drums.
I'm just drums. I'm just gonna go back to this one.
I liked it. It was chill.
Yeah. There's a bright light that hovers in between you all. A small whisper of a melody humming from it. And it says, "Behold." Ouch. The world tree. And sure enough, at the edge of the horizon, there is an enormous shape that emerges, or rather descends from above. You realize what you're looking up at is a massive sprawl of twisting, gnarled roots that seem to go in all directions into, as far as you can see, these roots kind of disappear as over the horizon through this kind of really this fog that kind of settles the horizon up towards, as high as you can see. There is what looks like a swirling tempest of black-green clouds kind of encompassing this tangle of roots. Streaks of lightning seem to crackle over it. What do you do?
Do I know either of you?
No.
No, and this is far more realistic than most trips I've had on other mind-altering substances. I imagine magic is afoot here.
I don't know. I know a lot about trees, but never seen one do that.
Must have drank something bad. This is a weird dream.
Wait, were we all on drugs when
Lick
this
him on the
happened?
forehead to see if that snaps him out of it.
Catch it before it even touches my head. Super fast reflexes.
So
Super
we were all on drugs when this happened.
Of some manner, I think, yes.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'd better head towards the tree.
Is the ball of light still there?
Yes.
What are
Stop
you?
touching it.
I'm trying to like bounce it like a
It already said,
basketball.
ow, stop touching it. You're being very rude, young man.
Then your hand just begins to kind of hey, what are you doing? Shush, shush, shush. It's like trying to. All right, I'm just gonna let him out. Hold on a second. There's no one here, but you can check that out for yourself.
You guys hear that dog too, right?
Yep. Is it the world dog?
It's like trying to grab at something floating in the water,
Mm-hmm.
where you kind of like pull in and just kind of slips away.
That just makes me more frustrated. I try a couple more times before giving up.
Okay.
Well, okay.
Who are you
I-
and who are you?
I'm Monk.
I am D'Artagnan Bronzemeadow, the world's
Jeez.
greatest
I'm not gonna like you at all. I'm not gonna like you. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. I'm not gonna like you at all.
Well, that just means you have no taste.
Oh, right, children. I'm
And who
Thistle.
are you, little lady?
You call me that again, I will turn into a dragon and I will swallow you whole.
Sounds fun.
For me. I didn't spend 674 years learning magic to be talked to like that.
Okay, so we're assuming this isn't a dream.
Oh no, it's definitely not a dream. I've been in those too.
Was anybody paying attention when the voices were saying stuff? Because I honestly had zoned out.
We have to go to the thing and get the guy.
Okay.
It was a really good call to adventure, the ball says.
I'm sure it was, but once you've heard like 40 or 50 of those, you just stop paying attention at some point.
Yes, and where's our inciting incident? Or I suppose this is the inciting
I
incident.
think it was us getting
Oh, do you want an inciting incident? And then the ball kind of looks up, and then through the clouds, a monolithic shape begins to fall. And as you see an enormous root, like like skyscrapers, like long and thick, and just kind of like slowly kind of fall in the far distance. You see kind of it's difficult to tell through the clouds and through the fog, like too many details about it. But you do know that it is very big and very heavy. When it hits the ground, there is a enormous quake that sounds, and then a shockwave that comes out over the fields. I will need you all to do a con save to stay on your feet. It's not going to be that hard.
7.
Well, just kidding.
Wait,
11?
I feel like I have something for this.
18.
Yeah.
Just kidding, I don't.
Yeah, 11 for me.
Okay. Actually, so Monk manages to stay low and ducks, I think, below kind of a stump to kind of cut the airflow. And the rest of it cuts around but knocks into the two of you, and you are flung from your feet and back maybe 5 to 10 feet, and like straight into the mud and sliding through a bit.
Ah! Shut up!
And like the fog kind of clears a little bit.
Okay. Not a dream then. Gotcha. So, little flashlight that way towards the thing.
What's a flashlight?
It's a light that flashes.
Oh, okay.
You made it this time. No. No. Yes. Nidhogg is up there. You will have to find where the route meets the field to make your way up.
Can't just fly up.
If you have that ability, I guess so.
Yeah, I could just fly up.
Yeah, me too.
But I want to follow the quest progression. I just don't want to skip to the end. So if it's better for me to go towards the big thing that fell from the sky to get some sort of continuity here, I'm more than happy to play along.
Hey, you know what? You do you. I'll figure it out.
Let's walk. I haven't walked anywhere in a while, so let's just do it that way.
I don't want to walk.
That is your prerogative.
I wild shape into a mammoth.
With wings?
No, just so I can walk faster.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
An enormous mammoth. What color is your fur? Just standard kind of gray red, or brown red, or
it's red. Yeah, it's like really red, like her hair.
Okay, excellent.
Well, my base walking speed is 60 feet, so I'm just power walking that towards the monolith
Oh,
now.
and there's a mammoth is only 40, so.
Well, I'm still stuck at the regular 30.
Keep up!
If D'Artagnan starts falling behind, I just pick him up in my trunk and start like flinging him.
I mean, I can't cunning action bonus action to dash.
Nope, I fling you. Ah!
D'Artagnan has like 7 levels of exhaustion by the time we get there trying to keep up with us.
I could also carry you, but I'm not going to do that.
Yeah. No,
So
we make our way to that big thing.
Okay. You begin to make your way across the fields, crunching on bones underneath as the mammoth kind of stomps forward. I think the monkey kind of like managed to keep from stepping in the mud as much as possible, like stepping on a root here and there. hopping on a skull and then leaping to the next. And as you go forward, you notice that several of these bodies are wearing kind of weathered clothing that is nearly rotted away. Some of them wearing full armor, some of them with broken swords and shields, and some of them with probably sigils or crests that you're familiar with from old houses that have long since passed. But you make your way closer and closer to this impossibly far base where you can tell that one of the roots goes all the way to touch the ground, even though you can fly.
I will say when Monk's movie, it's like really quick little, it's like tick, and I'm just like serpentining back and forth to see as much as I can, just to keep pace with the mammoth that's moving much slower than me.
Okay, cool. All right,
You guys still want to climb?
Does your voice still sound like that when you're speaking as the mammoth?
Yeah. You guys still want to climb?
But it's through the nose.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have to climb. I just start walking up the wall.
I wild shape into a bear so I can climb.
I think D'Artagnan's pretty nimbly hopping up little bits of root and twig and branch and stuff, assuming we even make it that far. And
yes, before you make it all the way, I think kind of around, like slowly rising from the mud and the dirt, these skeletal figures begin to stir. And you all see this. I'm assuming all of your perception is enormous. So you see them kind of like stir to life and slowly pull themselves together. Dark vines twisting around their spines and ribs, holding them together, mushrooms sprouting out between worn out and pieces of their clothing and their tears. They begin to pick up spears and shields and begin to kind of come towards you all, shambling, and then begins ungainly. It begins to pick up a little bit more grace as several of these spear zombs kind of begin to lock step and line up their shields together, forming a kind of semicircle around you and bend down these spear shafts towards you, threateningly. And then if no one acts, they're just going to begin to like kind of push forward.
If I'm already partially up the wall, then I just go, skeletons, what is this, level 1? And I just leap off down towards the ground to get ready for combat. I don't have anything to take out a big group that I want to use right now. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. No, I don't have anything. I'm just talking. Somebody else start talking.
I'm gonna crunch them.
Okay. So, you kind of barrel forth. Let's go into combat now then.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll just say if you want to forego your turn, Sean, you can, just dodge for now, or
oh no, I mean I'll fight them. I just didn't know,
okay.
Like if anybody had any like big like nuke the battlefield thing, I didn't really have something I wanted to use just yet for that.
Okay.
Not on skellies.
All right, we're gonna go to the one with drums again. Let's go a little bit forward to where the drums kick in. Okay. All right. So, Monk. These dark fungal spear persons begin to swarm around you all and begin to charge forth. What do you do? There's many of them.
Are we talking like dozens?
Yes.
Okay. Then yeah, what Monk does, lands on the ground and sort of like stops swaying, like kind of focuses a bit, takes a breath, and they turn invisible. Gonna use my empty body ability and spend 4 key points.
Empty body.
I am
That
invisible.
sounds awesome.
For the next minute, I'm invisible, and I have resistance to all damage but force damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action as a goblin to use Nimble Escape and Hide.
Okay.
Which, can I do that since I'm invisible without having to worry about getting behind cover?
Yeah. There's also kind of in this, while the fields themselves are mostly flat, there's still like there are some bodies still in the ground that haven't like come back to life or anything that you can hide behind. Plenty of mounds, some stumps as well. Lots of places to hide for sure.
Okay. Roll stealth. It's a 22. And then what I'd like to do if they don't notice me is kind of run between them or try to get like between the ranks of this, like the phalanx, and get behind them, so I can start working my way through from behind on my next turn.
Okay, excellent. All right, that's going to bring us to D'Artagnan.
Yep. Let's see. Thistle is still a big bear right now.
Yeah, that might change at any moment.
Yep, but is anyone within... Do I see any of my allies, as it were, within range of the skeletons yet?
Do you have true sight?
I have blind sense within 10 feet.
You don't know from where you're at.
Yep. Okay. And this is going to be a little boring, but I'm going to use my action on this first round to just bring up my mage hand, and I'm going to have it manifest for now as super bright and sparkly and very distracting. Basically, an ongoing prestidigitation. So that is my action. Bonus action, I'm going to duck behind the current bear and attempt to hide.
Excellent. All right.
Well, I rolled a 2, so that's a 19.
Okay.
Jesus.
Yikes. All right, cool. Noted. Hold on.
Nat 20 perception.
It was a 19. I gotta look and see what their wisdom is. They roll real good. Let me see. Okay. All right. Well, you don't know right now. All right. That's going to bring us to Thistle.
Yay, I'm a bear.
Your friends have abandoned you immediately.
Okay. That's okay, I'm a bear. I get 2 attacks as a bear, so I'm just gonna attack twice.
All right. You charge forward.
A bite, that's a 19 to hit. And with my claws, that's a 20 to hit.
Yes, both hit.
Okay, that is 11 piercing damage and 9 slashing damage.
Excellent. So you kind of barrel towards these spearmen.
Rawr.
Your AC is what currently?
11.
Oh, it's 11 right now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sean, roll me 1d6 plus 2, please.
Okay.
As you kind of approach, like one of them kind of like jabs out at you and gets you, but dealing 6 damage. But you completely, I think you just kind of, let's see, you bite the spear and like pull him towards you and then snap him again around kind of like just to the side of the neck and the collarbone, crushing the life out of him again. And then you swat another one out of existence. Just the head just pops off and like flies into the distance and plops into the mud. 2 down. So excellent. I guess that'll bring us to Monk.
Okay. If I'm behind them, then I just start, while invisible, just smacking my way through the back of them with my quarterstaff.
Okay. All right. Roll Roll them all at advantage. I'll say it's surprising.
Okay. I'm also still invisible for the next minute.
Do you stay invisible even while attacking?
Yeah.
That's how that works?
Yeah, because the invisibility
that's
spell
fine, that's
has
fine.
that.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I stay invisible.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and
Jesus.
yeah, monks are broken. So it's a 28 to hit.
Yep.
For 12 bludgeoning.
Yep.
And then an 18 to hit.
Yep.
For 10 bludgeoning.
Yep.
And then I'll use my bonus action to do an unarmed strike. It's a 21 to hit.
Yep.
For 8 bludgeoning.
Yep. All right.
So I'm still invisible, but I assume they know where I'm at because I am not.
Yeah.
I'm not hiding.
Okay. Yeah. But you take out 3 of the spare people, and like almost instantaneously, like from the other two, they start to like half explode as like just like an unseen force just kind of like as one explodes. One's shield goes toppling forward, and another one gets just. Do you do any yas or anything like that?
Oh yeah. I think there's a lot of like, probably not so much like yeah, but more like ha, die, fuck
and
you.
Then and with the one that was fucked, they just like kind of fly back another 15 feet and like into the mud to stir no more, bringing us to D'Artagnan.
Yep. So seeing chaos erupting, D'Artagnan is going to, as a bonus action, have the shiny mage hand get up in the face of one of the skellies, and as a bonus action, I can not whispered to the GM, but that basically it gives me advantage because it's distracting to them, and so then I pull out 2 daggers, one of which is super magical and shiny, and the other one's just a regular dagger. But try and do that, ignite the super magic one into green flame, casting green flame blade. So that's 29 to hit.
Yep. I'll do it.
So let's see. Let me do just first the basic dagger damage because I have to remember what the green flame is at this level. So that is going to be 5, 8. Green flame is going to do. Let's see. It is plus. I really wish this spell were in Roll20 because there's so many dice to it. Yeah, it's 3d8 fire to this guy. So that's 3 plus 6, so 9 fire, and then an extra that plus, and then 14 to a zombie next to him as the flame leaps to him. And because I had advantage with the mage hand, I'm doing my 10d6 sneak attack, which I will just do in Roll20 for now. I'm pretty sure he completely explodes as he takes a full 37 damage.
Yeah, so you hit him so hard he comes back to life to die again.
Fuck that guy in particular.
Yeah, Lord Almighty. Okay, yes. I realized I forgot to do their turn last time, so I really quickly ran through. Most of them missed. I need Sean. This for the bear. I need you to roll. This. Actually, the bear got hit a good amount. So I need you to roll 6d6,
Okay.
but only plus 8 because there are some nat 20s in there.
It's 23.
Still a bear.
And
Somehow.
Monk never got hit. And I don't think that D'Artagnan was in view yet at the time. Yeah, and a lot of these rolls were turds. And your AC is really high. The only reason Bear's getting hit because the AC is so low. Okay, so this is going to bring us... Oh, sorry. So you did 1, 2, 3... What, or how many hits did you do? You had the 1 for 9, 8, 9, and then 14?
Yes.
And the original one was plus 37?
Yep.
Okay.
And
You
the
know,
second guy only took like 14 fire.
Yeah. Still, both are obliterated. And that the strike that did 45 or something damage
Mhm.
explodes so hard. Roll me a d6 and every one of them in the vicinity is going to get shrapnel damage.
All right. 4.
Okay. Ouch. Okay. As these bone shards spray out and just like you see them like thunk, 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 into the shields, but some of them like ping into their like helmets and stuff. So that's going to drop that number even more. Excellent. That's going to bring us to the bear.
Rawr! I'm just gonna crunch him again.
Crunch. Swap.
Alright. Oh, that is a 17
Hit.
and 14.
That meets.
Wow. Bad damage. 7 piercing and 8 slashing.
Because they are damaged, that's going to finish them off as you tear into them, swatting their shields away and snapping them in half. Excellent. There's not as many left. However, as the rest kind of press into you, they're going to go for
Ooh, can I use my bonus action to turn back into myself? Sorry.
Oh, yes, you can.
That's it.
Okay, what's your new
16.
AC? Okay.
I'm
Well,
gonna turn to something else in a minute.
okay. All right. So, Sean, roll me 2d6 plus 2. And a d6 plus 2. And another d6 plus 2. And those are all against the bear. Those aren't going to hit. Those aren't going to hit. Those aren't going to hit. All right. So only the bear is getting hit, but as the kind of like the remaining spearmen kind of suddenly part ways, and you hear kind of a sloppy galloping noise as an undead horse carrying a chariot with one riding on the back of the massive lance kind of levels it towards the bear, racing forward. Or not the bear anymore, the small halfling who's the only one visible at the moment. Wait, are you visible, D'Artagnan?
Yeah, I was just trying to hide myself behind the bear.
Not a
Okay.
bear anymor.
Yeah.
Okay, now in plain view. I'll say this goes for D'Artagnan because now in plain view. Turd. All right. As it kind of, the horse gallops forward, this undead horse, this lance goes, I think you just kind of lean back a little bit as this lance just goes straight over you, and you kind of get back up as the, and I think maybe you like lift up a leg as this whirling blade from the wheel goes past you. And you scoot out of the way in time.
Yikes.
All right. Excellent. That's going to bring us back to Monk.
Okay, so I'm still behind the army, and this guy's like ridden through it. So
Yes.
I have the army like between me. Okay, I'll sort of focus on the stragglers then and try to finish off the soldiers.
All right.
So I'm gonna unleash my
You've dropped their numbers by half, by the way.
by half. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna unleash another. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for 3 attacks. So first 2, 32 to hit.
Yep.
For 15.
Yeah.
26 to hit for
Yeah.
9.
Yep.
And 20 to hit for 12.
Yep. You destroy 3 more. As are any of you proficient in history?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, you don't know who these people are. Continue.
-1.
Yay, mindless slaughter.
If someone wants to roll, you can, but it's not. It doesn't matter.
I mean, I have a +5.
That's all you.
I rolled a natural 20, so 25.
Oh, snap. Oh, that was a bluff because no, I'm just kidding. You, as you get close to them, you kind of recognize this kind of sigil on their shields and the tattered blue cloaks at their back. These are the warriors of the Vathir, a kind of an old kind of Achaean civilization that you've read about before, and maybe if you were ever learning about military tactics, like there was at one point that they had an empire that spanned the known world. They were expanded most under King Hecla, but at the moment, but then for unknown reasons, their empire collapsed. But these seem to be oddly remnants of that society, which is going to bring us to you, actually.
Yep. So that charioteer is still kind of right next to me based on where things ended, or did they go?
I'll let you react quick. Like, you take your turn right as they're passing you.
Yep. So Mage Hand darts in front of their face to distract them, to give me advantage. So that is my bonus action to do that. Gonna stabby stab with my dagger. That is a natural 20. So they're gonna take 20d6, and this is with green flame blade. So God, how many dice is this?
You want to explode the horse too?
So let's do 20d6 plus it's what? I'm just gonna put this all in 2d4 plus 68, and that 68. Well, I'll roll the 68 separately because that will also go to the horse as the fire leaps.
That's very generous of you.
8. I should make sure I'm using the right thingamajigs.
We got an error message.
Y'all pick characters that need math.
So the charioteer takes 89 points of damage. Or no, he takes 89 plus the 32, so 121 points of damage, and the horse takes 32 points of fire damage.
Does D'Artagnan get to be the new king now?
Well, we shall see. I can't. I don't really have a. I don't know how to describe 89 points of damage. I really don't. So
I think as I'm flipping through the air, I stick out my dagger, and he just clothesline decapitates himself.
Yeah, absolutely. And then inexplicably, the magic fire that just leaps through it, and it just burns like Secretariat, like into 1,000.
Is that what happened?
Is that what happens?
And then it explodes, and like the horse legs go whirling off into different directions.
Ooh, dinner.
And the chariot itself, like those like kind of rods at the, I don't know what they're called, the rods at the beginning, they stick into the ground. The whole chariot like flips over and spins around and explodes. Or just smashes into bits. Yeah, okay, cool. You got him. Well done. That's going to bring us to Bearmont or Thistle.
Oh, well. You don't need me then. I'm going to use a bonus action to wild shape into an earth elemental and just start punching skeletons.
All right. Panch.
Patch. 21.
Yep.
And that's a 1, but I get to re-roll.
The only thing that would have missed, probably.
I know.
And a 26 is the second one for the
Yep,
patches.
that's all hit.
Right, that is 31 bludgeoning damage total for both.
Yeah. Yeah, you got him.
Punch.
Ryan's sitting there like crossing out 2, 3 Tarasks.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. So there's 8 more of this spearmen that live. We can play it out, or you can keep having fun rolling. I'll see if they do any damage on their turn, real quick. Actually, I think those both hit. Thistle. So roll me
My AC is a
2d6.
17 right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
the lowest one is 17.
Great.
So both of those hit. That's 2d6 plus 4.
Nope.
And then these are going. That's a natural one.
I wish you guys could see how many hit points I have right now.
18. No, that doesn't hit. And that doesn't hit. All right, that's it. The others went for D'Artagnan and Monk, but can't hit anything. So, there's only a few left. We can play it out, or you can just like describe how you just like murder the rest of them.
I'm just picking them up and throwing them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Watch this!
All right. So you swat them all, throw them around, like
throwing
smash
peckers.
yeah.
Ready!
And then just rip them into pieces, and bone shards just fall into the mud and kind of stick there. And the battle is won. This is easy for you. You've done this many times before. And as you finish the battle, the ball of light shows herself again. Oh yeah, one more thing. I meant to say it earlier. You all are doing great, by the way. Real great, tight. But just wanted to say real quick, I can offer a couple of things to help you out. Again, real sorry I didn't mention this earlier, but I do have a song to teach you all. 2 songs, really. It's a really simple melody, and just whenever you, or 3 songs, just whenever you need it, just use it.
Great.
And-
As you can tell by my voice, I'm very musically inclined.
Me too.
I've been known to sing a ditty or two in my
No
day.
one asked you, elf boy.
Yeah, Fartanian.
I go to fist bump, Monk, but my fist is as big as your whole body.
Oh yeah, because you're still the earth element.
Yeah.
I probably still punch it and it like cracks a bit.
Cool.
It's like, and she will teach you 3 melodies. One of them is a song of rest, not the D&D one, but one is a song of life, and the other one is a song of knowledge or wisdom. So the way they'll work is you basically have 3 consumable items. You sing the song once, you use the power, then the melody doesn't have any power after that. First one, you can sing the Song of Rest will allow you to bestow 1 person with all the benefits of a short rest. The other one is a Song of Life. Should one of you lose your lives, you can sing over the corpse, and this will animate the corpse, and they will retain and bring them back to half HP. They will have all the skills they had in life. Their soul will be damned, though. So there's no saving that, but they can still carry on the fight. And then the final one is the Song of Wisdom. You can replace up to 5 levels of spell slots and over 1 person. Or you can divvy that out if you want to. I'm fine with that too.
Dope.
Cool.
Cool. So you all carry on.
Thanks, flashlight.
Imagine 2 little light hands poke out.
Okay.
I think
So
just going forward every minute or so, just recasting the mage hand so that it's just always up and I don't have to waste a turn next time to put it out there.
Okay, cool. So as you all approach the base of this sort of You notice in the distance there are actually several routes that come all the way down into the ground. This is just the closest one that you've come to, and it's enormous. Like just it's like I don't know, staying right next to a skyscraper that just bends up and then gets lost in the fog and the black green maelstrom above. What do you all do?
Like a skyscraper. Like a skyscraper.
You're muted,
You're
Sean.
muted.
I know. The Zoom told me. So we need to go up.
Like I
Right.
said, I can fly.
I mean,
Still
if you
big
want
rock
to.
person.
I'm just imagining
Like I
two tiny
said.
little wings popping out of the earth elemental.
I can fly. Or I can climb.
You want? Could you fly us all up there?
How big are you?
Small.
Well, I could definitely fly you.
Use your eye rocks.
I could probably fly both of you. I would
I
be
like
a very big
Voice
bird.
still coming from a rock elemental.
Yes. I would be a very big, ugly bird.
That's fine. I wasn't planning on asking you out to dinner.
I wasn't planning on accepting.
All right.
Um,
At least we know where we stand.
That's cool. Let's all talk about all the plans we weren't making. We're not in a time crunch at all.
I'm gonna wild shape into a giant vulture.
Okay. Which way did he go, George? Which way did he go?
See?
Can we both ride on the giant vulture so I don't
it's
have to
large.
Large.
spend points?
I think so. Yeah, large could carry a medium, so I assume large could carry two smalls. Oh, but you're medium, Alex. Oh boy.
Well, one on the back, one in the talons.
I can give myself
Is that a
Lord.
country song?
Probably.
No. Sorry. All right. Cool. All right. Yeah, you can do that.
Yay. Let's go, boys.
I mean, I can't. Okay, well, we'll do it this way. I could make myself fly. I don't want you to think that I was lying about
Pick
that.
them up.
I just, considering we got the song for this, I'm assuming we're not going to be able to take a short rest otherwise.
I can't hear you.
And we fly.
Okay. You begin to fly up and up. And as you fly up, you see above. Excuse me. Actually, Thistle, the winds at first seem, quite navigatable. But as the higher you go, the winds begin to grow stronger. And it suddenly becomes, not suddenly, it gradually becomes more difficult to fly upwards. And as you kind of get closer and closer to this tempest that is perhaps miles above you still, you also hear a screech from below. D'Artagnan perhaps has the best view of this as you look underneath, and a great rock has taken flight and is beginning to fly up towards you, screeching with baleful red eyes. It cries out in an ancient language. Does anyone speak giant?
Nope.
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 Oh, wait, I understand all languages.
Shit.
I forgot. I can understand all spoken languages.
Never let your players get
I
to
was-
level 20.
I don't speak giant. JK.
Well, I
it
was
a-
looking.
Wait,
I was
is it a
looking at-
language? Yeah, I speak that.
I was looking. I only speak Common and Goblin, but I have an ability for that I just got today.
All right.
Yeah.
Pete Buttigieg is up top the vulture listening down, and you hear in giant tongue, "Interloper, I will not allow these bastard godkin to touch the world tree." And as the rock begins to spiral up towards you,
Sounds angry.
What do you say?
Something not letting us touch the tree.
and
Called
it
us.
attacks.
Oh, fuck that
Okay.
rock.
We already touched it. We were on the roots.
I'm gonna touch the butt.
Okay, so it screeches out past you. You kind of turn out of the way around the vast column of the root. And as you're close, you notice that there are places where handholds, even some that are like where you can stand, salt like gnarls of the root, like these ribs that kind of extend out large enough for some of you to lean on. And we're going to start with Monk, as you are on. No, you're in the clutches of this vulture. What do you do?
Okay, so is it below us or above us now?
Now it's about a level. It's kind of like zooming around the root. You can kind of see its tail feathers at this exact moment.
Okay. I am going to look at all the shit that I can do. Would it be possible if I climbed up on top of the bird to jump to the rock?
Yeah, I'll give you well, I'll also give you some advantage, because I can imagine that thistle can like kind of fling you as well. So between your natural monkitude, grace, and you can definitely get advantage. Give me an acrobatics check.
Fling.
Okay. Acrobatics should be okay at this, not at advantage. 28.
Yeah, that's gonna do it. As you kind of as Thistle gives a slight flick, you kind of go through the air, kind of tuck and roll a little bit, and then do a spread eagle, and then just very lightly you land onto a small ledge, this kind of gnarled bulb of the root that is sticking out, a knot that you stand on the lip. And do you notice there are places that you can walk kind of all around the natural fibers of this root as you land on it? You could conceivably use almost like a spiral staircase, follow it all the way up. It's that big. So if you wanted to walk, or if you wanted to get higher, you can climb, you can go down, all that stuff. So you're not like stuck in this one spot.
Okay, I went to. So, am I within distance of the rock where I could hit it, or is it?
It is currently out of your view, but it will probably you sense that it's going to come around.
Okay.
Before the end of your turn.
I just raise up my staff and I hold my action to bop it on the head as it comes.
Okay,
past.
so it comes by. I'll say that you may need to jump out to try to hit it. Just because I don't think it's gonna be flying that close to the roots.
Yeah. Well, if it helps, if we want to backtrack it a bit, I was thinking I was going to jump from Thistle onto the rock.
I think because of the speed,
it wouldn't work out. Okay.
Yeah,
that's fine. Then if I need to jump over to it, I will. I'm not worried about falling.
Okay. All right. Give me another acrobatics check.
Okay.
Monk just misses and plummets, and they're not going to take that much damage, but we have to wait for them to get back up.
Well, that's a 15.
Okay. So you get there, but you don't quite get, like, I'm assuming you're probably going for like right behind it so you can get on its back and haunches. You actually kind of like get a little bit ahead of it, and it's going to snap at you.
Okay.
Whoa, okay. It doesn't hit you, but you can like you kind of like get smacked by the beak. You're not going to be able to get your attack off, but you're clutching onto the beak itself.
Sure.
It's like kind of snapping, you're like holding on to whatever, like this, like that part of the the skin of the bird, like right under its eyelids almost, like just holding on for dear life.
Okay, just holding on to it. Just bad bird.
That's going to bring us to D'Artagnan.
Okay, I think I am also going to leap off of the giant vulture before it turns into maybe something else.
Mm-hmm.
So leaping over to the tree.
Okay.
Uh,
Bleep, bleep, bleep.
do I need to do acrobatics or am I good?
Yeah, acrobatics.
Okay. 18.
Yep, that's going to do it.
Okay, and then I will attempt to Ray of Frost to the rock.
Okay. Attack.
24.
That's a hit.
Yep. Let's see. So it is 48 cold damage, and its movement speed is slowed by 10. So
Okay.
maneuvers against it will hopefully be easier. Ooh, that's pretty good. 12, 18, 21 cold damage.
Yeah. 21 cold damage. Woo-wee. All right. Cool.
And then I think for my bonus action, I'm going to attempt to hide behind some roots or some kind of foliage.
Okay. So its speed is lowered to 110.
Every little bit helps, and that's a
Yeah.
21 stealth.
21 stealth. Okay, nice. All right, cool. That's going to bring us to Thistle.
I'm a bird.
You're a bird.
Can I try to? Well, I want to move so I can kind of like land, like perch on one side of the tree, so if it hits me, I don't fall to my death. And then I want to cast light on the rock.
Okay.
It's a
So that's a
save.
dex save.
It's a con save.
Con save. Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. Let's see. Do we have any abilities here? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Saving throw. Oh, it's not proficient. 19.
That meets, so it takes half damage. Okay. What's half of 41?
21.
Okay. It takes 21 necrotic damage.
Okay.
And I go,
Wow.
ah!
Caca. All right. So at that moment, it's going to screech out, and it's going to. Yeah, this will be cool. It's going to, as it's looking at all you, is gonna like screech and like wave. It's like try to shake you off a little bit, but not so hard that I'm gonna have you roll. But you will have to roll for this, as will everyone, as its wings begin to. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Everyone roll me a strength saving throw.
I am not great at those.
That's a 19.
16.
20.
Sorry, so what was it? 19, 16, 20?
Yes.
Okay. 16 fails. Sean, roll me 10d6.
Ooh.
If you saved, you take half. This is
That's
going-
30.
All right, so Thistle, you take 30 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are pushed 15 feet away.
I'm not a bird anymore.
And I think that's going to mean that you are currently free falling just a scooch. And the other two of you take 15 points of bludgeoning damage, but are not pushed.
Wait, I rolled the 20.
Yeah, I was the one with the 16.
Oh, just
Hold
kidding.
on.
The opposite of that, then.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm still a bird then.
You're still aboard.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm just making sure I have a thing I could do, but I think I will go ahead and not do that thing. So 30 damage, and am I getting blown off the tree?
Yes, you're currently free falling. Sean, can you roll me a d6 as well?
Okay. Just 1d6.
Yeah.
3.
Okay, cool. All right, so that's going to bring us to Monk.
All right. I'm going to take my step. I guess, can I like climb myself on top of the rock's head and start smacking down onto it?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I'm going to do then.
I mean, it's kind of like shaking against you as is happening, which will account for its AC.
Okay. Bop. It's a 26.
That is a hit.
I need it to make a con save, please.
All right. That's going to fail.
It is stunned.
Okay. What does stun do again? I know it doesn't take like an action for a round or something.
Yeah, it can't do anything until the end of my next turn. Can't move. It's incapacitated.
Okay.
Automatically fails strength and dexterity saving throws. Attack rolls against it have advantage.
Okay, okay, cool. Yeah. You just like, you bop it and it just eyes go cross-eyed just for a little bit, even though that's like not how bird's eyes work. And it begins to kind of plummet down. What was the damage on that? 12?
12 points of damage. I'll
Okay.
go and roll my next 2 attacks at advantage. 30 and 29.
Both of those hit.
So it's another 17 points of damage.
Okay. All right. Excellent. So that's going to bring us to as you bop it, stunning it, it begins to kind of like fall back and its wings kind of go inert, and you begin to plummet with it Marahute style, and it kind of just like feathers begin to fly as it kind of begins to spiral downwards. Bringing us to D'Artagnan as you are beginning to free fall down towards the mud pits below, hundreds of feet below. What do you do?
Are there any branches or something that I could maybe try and skydive towards to catch myself on, or I think regardless, I'm probably going to cast Featherfall on myself, and then so that will slow me down, and then I will try and angle myself back towards the tree.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have a grappling hook or anything, or any? I'm trying to think.
I have rope, which I could assume if I have enough time.
I mean, you have enough time.
I
think you have enough time to quickly kind of fashion something together and just like huck your dagger as it slams in the tree and just pull yourself towards it. Excellent. Very good job. You don't need to roll for any of that. Excellent. So that's going to bring us to, as you kind of lightly come to rest on the edge of the tree. It's going to bring us to Thistle.
Oh, okay. Well, if he's fine, then I would like to swoop towards the rock who's not doing anything and peck.
All right, you get advantage as it is.
Yes.
Well,
I also
Nah,
have
yeah.
I have pack tactics.
Pack tactics. Okay,
gives me
that works too.
advantage.
yeah, I was gonna say like maybe it's not advantage because it's actually a moving target right now, but pack tactics. Cool.
All right, so
sure.
the first one is a 17.
That is a miss.
Oh no! Well, the beak's a natural 20, or the talons are a natural 20.
Well, that is a hit.
Right. That's gonna be, oh god, just dice everywhere.
D'Artagnan, you want to roll me a history check?
20 slashing damage.
20 slashing damage. Shoo, doggy. All right, excellent.
I don't know if it matters. All of my wild shape damage is magical.
It doesn't matter for this
Okay.
game. But
Great.
that's awesome. Cool. That's going to bring us to Monk.
Okay. My turn's gonna kind of hinge on one question for you, DM. Are we playing by the capped fall damage of 20d6, or are we or do you have a homebrew fall damage? Because this all comes down to whether or not I am immune to falling or not.
I will say that you're not immune to falling, but like I will say the damage caps, for sure. I was saying the damage caps because there's a lot of different reasons. You're very small. You're a monk, and the ground is kind of soft earth. So
I try to
you,
swoop and get you.
I was curious because I can cast fly on myself to save myself here, but if my ability to reduce fall damage by 100 is going to help, then that's all I need to know.
I mean, that will help for sure.
Just curious on how we're ruling this, but do I have at least one more turn until I get to the ground?
Yeah, I think you can certainly finish this turn.
Oh, jeez. How close are you to me right now, Thistle?
Close.
I just pecked
Melee
the big
range.
bird.
Okay. I'd like to try to mount onto the back of Thistle.
That's one way to put it.
Okay.
And maybe smack the bird if I can, unless that's my
Alright.
action.
Do some smacking first, and then try to leap off to the bird.
Cool. Then I will staff once. Wow, it's only a 20.
That still hits.
Disgraceful.
I'm gonna spend another key point to make it to try to refresh the stun.
You bastard. All right. So, I got
That's
it.
gonna make a con save.
One shy. No, stunned again.
Bye. I hit it again for good measure. I didn't roll damage. That was 13 and 7. Oh, 17. Nice.
All right, so 30.
30 points of damage and an unarmed strike for another 11 points of damage. So 41 points of damage. And you want me to make a check to see if I can get on the Thistle?
Yeah, do a. We're gonna say, is it acrobatics or? Yeah, we'll say it's acrobatics. We'll keep doing that.
23.
Yep. So you kind of kick off from the rock and kind of float through the air a bit as Thistle catches up, and you grasp onto the feathers and kind of pull yourself onto the back, putting knees in the haunches to get a good grip.
Let's go, Goose.
Let's go, Goose.
The dog will die.
Excellent. So that's going to re-stunned. Oh, he's a bastard. It has legendary actions, but it's been stunned, and I'm like, I can't really use those. Okay, that's going to bring us to D'Artagnan.
Yep, I'm going to pull out my short bow and try and do a shooty shoot.
Excellent.
Stun, so I have advantage.
That's true.
That's true.
22 to hit.
That's going to hit.
Let me just roll this in roll 20 because 11d6s would take too long because I get sneak attack with the short bow. Only 43 damage this time.
Only 43.
I guess that if I doubled that, that is almost what I rolled on the charioteer, so.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so all right.
Like taking my time to aim this one arrow.
And it just kind of it buries deep underneath its lower left wing and sinks into its rib cage, and it a kind of Rhaegal spout of blood just kind of spirals out behind it, splashing onto
Spoilers.
Thistle and
2
Monk.
weeks ago.
And that's going to bring us to Thistle.
Should we go get the D-Man or what?
I kind of want to see what happens when it hits the ground.
Yeah, it's not quite dead yet.
I want to be there when it hits the ground.
But when it hits the
Okay.
ground, I would be surprised if that's not it. But we'll see.
I want to go peck it some more.
Okay. Just for good measure, because
Do I
there's
have
a possible
advantage
that Sean rolled turds, maybe. Yeah, we'll say you have advantage. It's
22.
yes.
A natural 20.
Okay.
So the beak is
It might die before it hits the ground.
7 piercing damage and the natural 20. 14 slashing damage.
Okay. All right.
That's super good.
Okay, it won't die before it hits the ground, but it will hit the ground now. What was it 20d6 is the mat? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's
That
the
is
max.
the by the book max.
All right, do it. 20d6.
I don't know what I would have taken if I had just decided to fall. 79. I wouldn't have taken anything. Okay.
Yeah, so it had 241 hit points. You all took it to 195, or did 195 points of damage with the remaining 79. That is more than enough to kill this rock as it smashes into the mud. Just kind of its body broken, wings splayed, its neck twisted violently below you. And the arrow that D'Artagnan shot at it gets pushed all the way through and is sticking out the back, just between the shoulder blades, popping out a vertebrae that nearly hits you in the nose, but it doesn't.
Pull the arrow out to bring it
yeah.
back to D'Artagnan.
And you all have absolutely destroyed this creature. Well done. Stunning strike. Good spell, man.
I hate stunning strikes.
These creatures need to be proficient in con saves, is what they need to be. But this one wasn't. Excellent. So that's where we should take a break. So good job, y'all.
I am the superior bird!
Just standing on the back of her with the arrow out in one hand.
Ah!
Excellent. So we'll be back soon, champos. So good break and good gaming, good night, internet. This is Ryan. We are here together as a group doing games is what we're doing tonight. So where we left off, this group of heroes from who knows have just laid low actually ancient titan in the form of a rock. They plummeted to its doom and is now bird food. But they still have a long way to go up the world tree towards where Nidhogg gnaws at the fabric of existence itself. So, without further diddly-doo-dah, here we go. I can change the music, though.
You guys want to heal now, or you want to fly to the top first?
There's probably something that's going to hit us when we get to the top, so...
Yeah.
D-Money, here's your arrow.
Thank you. I only had the one. I've actually got more. I'm just that confident a shot.
Honestly, we wouldn't be surprised. I'm gonna turn back into myself and cast a healing spirit.
So that's what, essentially 10d6 for all of us?
I don't know, D-Money. Give me a second. Yes.
And this ghost comes out, I was like, yep.
Yeah, it's just a dude. It's not an animal. It's just like a dude that's like, so.
Yeah, I just interning at this hospital. What can I do for you?
Healing magic. Stat.
Oh, him. Okay, yep. I don't know why I ask every time. But all right, we'll do it. So, healing
Thanks,
magic.
Greg.
Dr. Greg, please.
Oh, did you finally pass your test?
No, well, yes.
And the spell's over.
Ugh, I'll never know. Greg had a problem with studying.
He had a problem with studying.
As in, he didn't want to do it, but.
So, well, I'm assuming whatever healing that was is plenty to get everyone back to wherever they were. Because I don't know.
Yep.
Has anyone taken damage?
I took a little bit.
Oh, you took it in animal form mostly, though.
A little bit of it rolled over, but
Okay.
not anything significant.
I mean,
Okay.
when the rock knocked me off, I took like a quarter of my health.
When the rock knocked you off?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Excellent. So, you all kind of convene on a massive knot of the tree. What do you do next? as above you, you see this tangle and sprawl of roots that kind of spread out throughout into eternity, disappearing into basically to as far as your vision can go. But above, you see a ring of dark black-green clouds swirling in a maelstrom above, crackling purple thunder and all that stuff. A few leagues above you. You also see, as you've gone a little bit the way up, you also see large shapes kind of swirling among the roots themselves.
Oh, gee.
Guess let's go punch some more birds.
Okay. Do you guys want to keep flying?
Was working.
Okay, my question is, do you want to just like fly on a bird, or is that like the big thing, and should I turn into something like bigger than a bird? Because I can do that once.
Save it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like we'll know when we get to Nidhogg.
I'm just gonna punch more birds out of the sky. Call it my Falcon Punch.
That's good.
Like it?
Yeah, I do. I'm gonna turn back into a vulture. Let's go, boys.
All right, and with a swoop of your wings, you once again take flight. The three of you just kind of hear this pounding flumph as the wings beat, vroom, 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 as you ascend higher and higher, kind of doing this lazy pattern around the route that you're kind of sticking close to for safety reasons, and just kind of slowly loop upwards as you grow closer to the tempest above. Those shapes you saw swirling around, you now notice as you grow closer, they seem to be rocks, stones, actually boulders. Those are real big. Now that you get close, those are real big.
So this is rocks with a K this time.
This is rocks with a K this time.
Okay.
Listen, if they're both gonna fly, we need to just call them different things.
Right.
We can call them boulders.
That's a lot of rocks, guys.
Fly carefully.
Oh, wow. I didn't think of that.
Use the boost to get through.
Go barrel roll. There are large boulders. There are also a few that like ship-sized rocks that are moving a little bit slower as they kind of hover around. But the smaller ones kind of are zipping through faster than those, and they're a little bit harder to keep track of as you approach. You're gonna try to Han Solo your way through this?
I guess.
Okay. All right. Then I'm.
Do anything.
I assist or something? It's like co-pilot or.
Well, you tell me. What would you do to assist?
Look out!
Thanks. Can I cast enhance ability on myself?
Oh, that also works.
Yeah. What do you want to enhance?
Dexterity. Trying to find the one. It didn't do it in a list. It's just all.
It's like cat's meow. It's like I think.
Cat's Grace. The target has advantage on dexterity checks and doesn't take damage from falling 20 feet or less.
Okay.
And as we're going, I can
Mostly
ray
the
of
dexterity.
frost rocks to try and slow him down.
Okay. All right. So as you get closer, the winds are whipping. There's a kind of they in fact howl. It becomes deafening, hard to kind of like hear you all speak to each other as you get closer and closer. And small, tiny granules, grains, small pebbles begin to pelt into all of you, doing no damage, but they sting quite a bit.
Ouch, ouch, ouch.
and as you get closer, higher and higher towards the big bad boys, we're going to, let's see. Sure. So I'm gonna say with a ray of frost, as you, well, let's give me 3 attack rolls.
That is going to be the lowest of them is a 21.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
21, 22, and 26.
All right. Cool. All right. So that's what that's going to do is going to give you. I guess you already had advantage a little bit, but maybe this will help out in another way as well. But yeah, give me a dex save, Thistle.
Yay. That's pretty good. Oh my god, I can't count. 21.
Yeah, that's going to be enough to avoid the dangerous ones as they kind of get. They seem to be careening out, whipping around the roots, coming from unexpected angles. But D'Artagnan seems to spot them, blast them with ice that seem to change their trajectory slightly, their aerodynamics just enough to slow them down, just enough for you to kind of like swoop out of the way as. One of the ones that you've kind of altered the trajectory of just smashes into the root and explodes in just 100 pieces of ice and stone. You continue to make your way up, avoiding rocks as you go, as the roiling clouds above begin to grow closer and closer and closer. What do you do? You're still kind of dodging rocks, but it gets a little bit easier once you get used to it, I guess. So used to the orbits and learn the patterns as you make your way up. So what do you do? Do you do anything before making your way into the maelstrom itself?
Last call for sneaking.
I mean, if we can sneak as a giant bird carrying 2 people.
Okay, and just at that moment, you hear a enormous cracking sound from above.
Yikes.
You're muted, Sean.
Said heads up. Got nothing.
Does it seem like we're still climbing? Like the world tree is not changed?
And then a skyscraper-sized root pulls through the clouds and begins to spin down towards you. I'm gonna need a real good dex save from Thistle.
Okay.
And before you hear the result, the 2 of you, if you want, you can bail and jump off and try your luck elsewhere. But
jump onto the descending route?
I mean, possibly you'll take damage, but you can mitigate it if like you hit it right, because it's coming down towards you. You can maybe like jump down and then try to catch it. Maybe like it'll still knock into you a bit, but you won't take the full brunt of this like building sized root coming down.
Yeah, maybe I just don't have the best visual, but are there other routes we could jump to, or would it just be jumping into nothingness?
You can try to jump to a root like you did earlier, or yeah, you did earlier. How long's the feather fall last?
It's gone.
Okay, just wondering.
Yep. I'll trust in Thistle for this.
Okay. What about you, Monk?
I'm gonna ride this out.
All right. Thistle, what'd you roll?
22.
Oh, nice. Well done. So, real quick, like you see this thing plummeting towards you, and then you just beat one wing real hard, kind of changing your angle, and you corkscrew down, like far enough to get away outside of this like this enormous like it's like the size of a couple ships, like and just kind of like careens down past you, slamming against the route that you've been flying around. It smashes in half, and as it careens past, you see on the edge, the end of it is like blackened and splintered with violent scores torn across it, a kind of Icarus green just welling sap that seems to be kind of flicking off of it and bubbling as it kind of careens past you, and it smells like death as it plummets into the abyss below.
I don't care. I'm going, oh yeah, I'm good.
Excellent. So you begin to, sorry, you were in, before that happened, you all were talking about what to do, about sneaking or something?
I don't know how much the sneaking's going to really help here.
I have a spell.
All right, if you think it'll help you, because
It's a free spell I can do forever.
Sure, why not then?
I cast Pass Without Trace for free from my staff.
So I now have plus 27 to stealth.
That's ridiculous.
It's free, why not?
It's pretty great.
I try to fly
Awesome.
quietly.
All right.
You suddenly turned into a giant owl.
Surprise.
Yeah, I think as you kind of get closer to this cloud cover, it kind of helps obscure the vision of you, but also like this magic that's kind of shimmering over you all. And as you kind of like pull into these clouds, it almost seems like normally there's like a wake as you kind of like pass through these things, but with the magic, like instead of like kind of the clouds spooling after you as you pass through, there's like nothing. It's as if nothing happened as you kind of pass through these clouds with nary a trace, one would say. However, as you go in, the winds begin to pick up even more. Can you do me a Constitution saving throw as you're buffeted about?
For me?
Yes. And depending on the result of that, I might have the other boys roll something.
10.
Okay. So it smashes into you, these winds. You are just begin to spin out of control for a moment. I'm going to need both the boys to roll me a strength saving throw to hold on.
I'm going to spend a key point to re-roll mine. So that's very bad.
Let's see, I get to use my reliable talent to turn that into a roll of 10, which turns it into a 9 after my strength save.
Yikes. Did either of you roll a 1?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
I'll have a thing for that.
That's a 24 for me on the second roll.
All right. So you managed to hold on for dear life to Thistle's talons. But what was your roll, D'Artagnan? 9?
Yep.
Okay. You just go spinning off into the dark and the black. You don't really have any sort of sense of direction of where you're at. So we'll do you have a response to that real quick?
I mean, presumably once I get my bearings, I will feather fall on myself again. But that's about it. It just slows me to 60 feet per second, I think.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll say you probably do feather fall because you're gonna want that. And then Thistle? What do you do?
Lost one.
Oh no. Can I try to... Oh, jeez. Can I try to right myself enough to try to figure out where he went and go grab him?
Yeah, give me give me a nature check.
Okay. 23.
All right. So what you do is just basically lean into the currents of the wind and begin to follow them, and it kind of goes in this sort of erratic spiraling pattern, but you follow it, kind of angling down all the time. D'Artagnan, as you go to Featherfall, like it slows down the rate that you're falling, but the winds just like you get like begin to be thrown around, like spinning around the roots, and you see all the you kind of, because of your relatively small size, you don't you just by luck manage to miss a lot of huge stones that kind of fly past you within the currents. But before too long, you kind of staying patient. You kind of maybe with Pass Without Trace, you probably don't hear Thistle coming for you, but you just kind of, relax and hope for the best. Unless there's something else you want to do as Thistle begins to search for you. I need to get investigation checks, actually, from all three of you. I'll let
35.
18.
0.
Wait, did you roll a 1?
Yes, I did.
Wait, I have something for this.
You?
Yeah. Are you within 30 feet of me?
I'm on you.
I can use my reaction to let you re-roll.
Oh, that would be nice.
Please be.
I'm sorry, it'd be another one. 60.
Boom. Bountiful
All right.
luck.
So what'd you roll, Thistle?
18?
18?
Yeah.
Okay. So, which is actually just short. But, D'Artagnan, you do see them as shapes through the maelstrom and the tempest. You see where they are. There might be a way that you can signal them.
Yeah. I will, with one hand, start using that makeshift grappling hook to try and get myself somewhere, and with the other hand, casting prestidigitation to just do flashes of light and
My
stuff.
passive perception is a 21.
Yeah. So as like the lights begin to sparkle and pop through in the dark roiling clouds, you do pick him out, and you swoop down and snatch him out of the sky. Gotcha. And begin to make your way back up.
Can I ask a very quick question?
Yes.
Theoretically, if I
That
were
doesn't sound like a quick question.
if I were to be, I'll make it short, an air elemental in this like roiling wind, would that be good because I'm made of wind, or bad because I'm made of wind? Do I have any idea?
I mean, I have no idea.
Okay. That's fine.
Do you have any idea?
No.
I don't have any idea. I would imagine that you'd be fine. I mean, you'd be fine.
Okay.
'Cause, like the same way that like a water elemental probably doesn't have problems going through water, no matter the current.
Okay.
Uh,
Can air
and I
elementals
think,
carry
like,
people?
Yes, but I think we're suffocating as
Oh,
you.
well.
carry us.
And I think, anyway, yes.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
Do you all need to breathe, the two of you?
Yes.
How long do you hold your breath?
Mm,
I don't see anything about suffocating.
maybe I'm thinking of a water elemental.
Oh no, I need to breathe. I just don't need food or water.
Oh, right. Okay.
You never know with some of these classes, like, oh, actually, I don't need to breathe, or I don't have...
no, it's water elementals that suffocate people.
Okay.
Double check.
Was it-
Can I turn into an air elemental?
Sure.
Yay. With my
Jeez.
big air arms.
Air
that I
arms.
have. I carry them.
Excellent. So yeah, you just kind of the form.
I have a
of,
better idea.
The form of the vulture just kind of falls apart. These feathers begin to kind of like scatter a little bit, but the spell of Pass Without a Trace just quietly erases them all from existence as you turn into this cyclonic being, and you scoop everyone up within yourself, and then just like a bullet goes straight up. And it's like being in one of those like wind tunnels where they teach you how to skydive or something like that for the two of you. You're just kind of like, and for for all practical reasons, the two boys are deafened right now.
Sorry.
What?
Knew you were gonna do that.
Yeah. And then you break free of the clouds, the roiling tempest, that cracking thunder that's like scoring into the roots, seeing sparks showering into the abyss below. And as you break through, you look above and you see 6 enormous columns of the roots, seemingly at this sort of conflux of where all these roots begin to extend. You also see another 6 rotten stumps where roots used to be. Coiled around the roots is an enormous serpent. Black scales, green slime, noxious fumes pluming out of its face, nose, and every other place. As its tail just kind of... It's...
You said butt.
Yeah.
What?
No, but
Its enormous maw snaps around one of the roots. Enormous black fangs digging in, sending showering flakes of bark and wood splinters showering below as it wrenches one of the enormous roots free. You see this kind of green ichor pouring from its mouth as it sizzles and burns on the tree itself. And it wrenches it free and it falls through downwards and then disappearing in the clouds below, this enormous shape. And as it falls into the clouds, like a plume of clouds kind of like roll up after it. 5 roots remain as like kind of ends are like burned black, dripping green, acid, poison, death, destruction, kill. Yes.
Yo, we probably need to be stopping that, right?
I have
Saying a
something for
complicated
this.
series of hand gestures.
Oh, no, I don't have wings anymore. I don't know what I'm doing. Just an air elemental doing this.
Is there a place where we can set down?
There are, so the where these roots are, they're kind of like they're huge. They and as okay, I'll explain this. As you get close to, let's say you get close to one of the 5 remaining enormous columns of roots, I'll say, actually, Thistle, you're the one who knows this first. Each seems to have its own center of gravity on it. And which at first is a little disconcerting or just, I think, just like throws you off and maybe makes you a little pukey for a second once you kind of like readjust. But yeah, so those are options. There are 5 remaining. Yep. But there are places where you can kind of get set up.
Want me to set you down?
Yeah, we should probably
Okay.
stop this thing. Is flashlight, you're here?
Yeah, bro.
Okay, yeah, I'm judging by the music.
Ah!
This is the thing we need to attack, right?
Wait, I I could turn into something really big. Is it time?
Is this time, flashlight?
It's a yeah.
Blue
I'm gonna
sky.
sing you
Alright.
the short rest song, Monk.
Well, how long does it take to do the short rest song?
And we'll take an action.
They'll take a Let's save it. Let's save it.
Can I cast a
I'll just
spell?
use my because I still got like 12 left. So
Okay. As you all are Nidhogg turns its enormous head towards you all and kind of roars as this kind of green bile drips from its maw. And we will go into initiative. Monk, what do?
I'm Monk.
He's
I'm
Monk.
gonna use
He's Monk.
Monk.
and my question for you is so I sat down on one of the roots. The big massive world-eating snake is within feasible distance for me to run up and like attack at some point in like the next year.
Yeah, so we
Where's Nick?
with this everything's just kind of warped. I think like also the wind elemental can give you like this jet of like a boost to like launch you forward.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna across the ground and leap jet stream like towards the snake, and as I'm twirling my staff through the air, I am going to cast or not cast, use my empty body ability again, and I turn invisible for the next minute and resistance to almost all damage.
Okay. All right. I
Um,
mean, go for it. Why not? It's not the
Why not?
best music. Let's try. Is that okay? I don't know.
that's my action, and I don't really have anything I'm going to use as a bonus action. I'm just going to land near it and prepare myself for whatever's about to come.
Okay. Bringing us to D'Artagnan.
Yep. So let's see. This spell is almost certainly an action. Yes.
Do you want me to fling you?
Yeah. Yes, getting flung. You know what? Would I? If I attack, do I get the ally within 5 feet thing for a sneak attack?
Did you get? I don't.
You will if you wait for my turn.
Yeah. Because.
I don't know quite yet.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. All these spells are concentration. Yes. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and do the. I'm gonna follow Monk's lead and cast Greater Invisibility on myself, and so both boys have vanished.
Typical.
Tip. Total tip. All right. Okay, cool. Go ahead.
And I guess bonus action to hide while invisible.
Plus pass without
Rub
trace.
it in, rub it in.
That is almost as high as I could have rolled. So that's 46 stealth.
Okay. Yep.
Because it was a 19 instead of a nat 20.
Yeah. It's pretty sneaky. I gotta say.
Okay. Well,
You threw me so hard I just disappeared.
oh no, I killed another one.
All right, it's your turn. In case that wasn't.
Me? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, abandoned. I would like to cast Shape Change on myself, and a little bitty thistle turns into an ancient white dragon.
Cool.
I can
I'm
do
into
that.
it.
That's my action, but it's very impressive.
All right.
And then I'm gonna move towards the big mean thing.
All right. So, what it's going to do is just going to look out and roar. And I need to have everyone roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Is this a frighten thing?
It sure is.
Yeah, I have advantage.
No advantage, but I am proficient.
I was double checking. Oh no, I can just end it early. Okay.
23.
I'm gonna spend a key point to re-roll that.
30.
I rolled worse. 15.
Okay. The 15 is a fail. For the next minute, you are frightened as you look into just how enormous this this creature's mouth is. You being that right up next to it, even though it can't see you, it's like you have like a magical fear that takes over you for a bit. And also, it's going to let's see. After it roars, it kind of like begins to coil around the roots like impossibly fast, and goes for another, and rips into one of the remaining roots and just rips it apart, tearing it off, leaving only 4 remaining. As you see this like acid and poison dripping from its fangs, this blackened wood spiraling into the depths below. I guess back to Monk.
Uh-oh.
All right. So I'm frightened. Yeah. So Monk like starts to turn and like back away, and then just sort of like slaps himself across the face once. I'm using my action to end the frightened effect. I'm using my stillness of mind. That's my action though. So you just hear an invisible slap, and then just shit.
So are you invisible?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Both of us are invisible. There's just a visible ancient white dragon.
Yeah. All right. So, what it's going to do as the dragon begins, the white dragon begins to fly towards it, it's going to kind of like roar again towards the dragon and kind of like belching out this noxious wind. I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw. Thistle. That is a fail, unfortunately. So, actually, are you right next to the boy, Monk?
Yes.
Actually, you might need to roll this too. Actually,
What was the save?
it's a dex save.
Okay.
And then my intention is to also be right next to Nidhogg.
Okay, then all 3 of you roll. I forgot that you all were that close.
God damn it! I'm always so terrible on these saving throws. I'm gonna.
I can't help you unless you roll a 1.
No.
Well, I got a 21.
That is a fail.
Did I fail with a 16?
Yes.
Yeah, I failed with a 20. So.
All right, I'm gonna spend another key point to re-roll it then. All right, 29.
That is a success. Jeez Louise. Okay, yeah. So, the two of you get buffeted by this belch, get blasted backwards. You take 2d Bix bludgeoning damage. No, sorry, yeah, 2d6 plus 8 bludgeoning damage, and you are knocked prone. So, Thistle, you begin to you lose your flight for a little bit and fall back closer to the maelstrom before you'll catch yourself on your turn.
Also have to make a concentration check.
Oh.
Yep. I assume that was an all or nothing, not a half damage on a success.
It wasn't all or nothing. Yeah.
Okay, so evasion does not apply.
Correct.
I rolled a 19, so
Yeah, and I also need to
Still a
maintain
Durgan.
concentration on invisibility, but Warcaster, so yeah, that's a dirty 20.
Nice.
Warcaster.
What was the damage, Sean?
It was 12 points of damage.
Okay, so yeah, dirty 20 is perfect. Cool. I think that's it. So that brings us back to Monk.
I just went.
Oh, you just went. Oh, that's right. Then it had its legendary action. That brings us to D'Artagnan.
Okay, I'm gonna do a stab. An invisible stab.
And I think Monk is still there close by. We'll say with the shimmering shape and the dragon. We'll say, you can get sneak attack.
Rawr.
If it helps, I'm not concealing my presence. That I'm not hiding. I'm just.
Well, I should have advantage anyway because I'm invisible.
Oh, that's true.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Not a natural 20, but that is a 28 to hit.
28 does hit.
So with green flame blade and all that good stuff. So let's see. It's what 1d4 plus 10d6 plus 3d8 plus 8. 58 points of damage.
Very good.
Of different kinds of damage. There's some piercing, some fire. Actually, I think it's just those two.
So you stab in between these massive black scales, this kind of dark black-green blood begins to pour out and starts to sizzle. You kind of fling your hand away, making sure to keep yourself safe. As Nidhogg kind of like growls in rage. As you kind of push back, you pull a large gash into the side, and then kind of flip back to get away as an enormous claw just rakes the air where you once were.
Yep. I'm going to bonus action hide while invisible. Well, those were both rolled a 7, but if pass without trace is probably down, right?
Nope. Yep. I'm a dragon.
Yeah,
No one
but
spell.
so that's still a 24 stealth.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Average.
So, what I'm gonna do is legendary action. Oh, plus 16. Hell yeah. Okay. What was your stealth? Sorry.
24.
It meets exactly. Yes. As it takes its legendary action to detect and spots your ass. But can't do anything right now. So just gonna have to wait on that one. Bring me the thistle. I think actually what you see is just like these like rolling red gold eyes just kind of, and then like this like a triple eyelid as it kind of narrows in on you. All right, thistle.
Okay, great. So this gargantuan sized, which is the term in the book, ancient white dragon goes, ah! Fly towards snake. Try to bite snake.
Okay, try it.
I get 3 attacks, I think.
Yep.
Yes. 1 bite. 4. I can't even do. What is 18 plus 14?
32.
Lot.
that many. Is that enough?
For the attack. I thought you were talking damage.
Oh, no, yeah,
that-
just
that-
to
that
attack.
hits.
Okay, and then 2 claws, which are... Why did I do this? 25
Be
Yes.
a Durgan.
and a 22.
Yes.
Okay, great. I pulled out my damage dice in advance. 18... Hold on.
Okay.
33. It's 58. Piercing and
Alright.
slashing.
That's exactly what D'Artagnan did.
It's twice now we've done the same amounts of damage.
Math is so hard.
Very
Spooky.
good. That's a
I'm
lot
pulling- Durgan.
of damage. As you kind of, so these two, this black worm is bigger than the gargantuan white dragon, but not much. They just begin to kind of like grapple and scrapple.
It's my
Play
favorite
Scrabble.
tea.
They come coiling around, slashing, biting, nipping. Nidhogg kind of like rears back. Yep, go ahead.
I also get to use my frightful presence.
Okay,
So wisdom saves everyone
okay.
within 120 feet of me. Oh no, of
Oh.
my choice. Just the bad
Okay.
man.
That's good. 27.
Yeah, it's so many. Yep.
Okay.
He ain't afraid of no Durgan.
He sure ain't not. So on his turn, firstly, he's going to rear back, opens his mouth one more time as a enormous well of energy begins to gather and then belch forth. Need everyone to roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Does a 17 succeed?
It does not.
All right, I'm gonna spend another key point.
I assume this is not a spell.
Not technically.
22.
27.
Oh, that's I'm gonna go ahead and use my stroke of luck to turn this into a 31.
Okay. All right. So, Thistle, you fail.
Ah,
The other two of you succeed. Sean, can you roll me 26d6?
Oh,
Hey, dragon form's probably not gonna make it out of this one.
I'm sorry. 26 d6.
Glad I used my level 20 thing for this.
That's 78 points of damage.
All right. So, Thistle, you take 78 points of acid
Yeah,
damage.
it does come from the dragon hit points, but then I have to make a concentration check.
GG. Good luck. Have fun.
Advantage!
Yeah.
19. Wait.
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, that's not going to do it. Unless you have a plus 60 somewhere.
Oh, surprise!
But the other two, you take half damage from that.
I use evasion to take no damage.
Yeah.
I also use evasion to take no damage.
I take no damage, but I'm not a
Hey, guess what?
dragon anymore.
Monks are broken, guys. Monks are so broken.
That makes me
I
upset.
haven't even
no!
used any of my my subclass abilities yet.
Sean, roll me a d6.
All right. This is how many other snakes show up.
I like
All right.
being a dragon.
It's 3.
Okay. And so then it's going to take. It's going to bite at at Thistle.
Ah,
Ouch.
You are the only one that can see. Well, I guess it can see me
That's
too.
so small.
That's a shitty attack. No, your AC is higher than 19, right?
As Thistle?
Oh, you are Thistle now?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, I lost
does 19
concentration
hit?
on the spell. Yes.
Okay. All right. So I need you to also roll me a strength save.
Okay.
Sean, roll me 2d10 plus 8.
Okay.
And then plus 2d8.
16?
And then you said another 2d8.
Yeah.
All right, so it's 18 and 8 or 6.
Okay, so you take 18 points of piercing damage and 6 points of acid damage as it bites into you, and unfortunately, you fail the check and are grappled in its jaws.
Ah!
Yikes.
I'm okay. I have a lot
Okay.
of hit points.
And as it kind of like clamps down on you, it begins to kind of roll up to another root and begins to kind of claw at it and tears it off, and another colossal root begins to fall down into the abyss, leaving
Ouch, ouch.
tree.
As I think this is the time challenge.
Monk.
All right. Up the tree and chase after the snake, and I'm going to unleash some strikes against it.
Okay.
First attack. Holy shit. Oh, wait, I'm at advantage. My bad. I forgot. Like, why was that so bad? 32. That's better.
That'll hit.
Well,
Just for the hell. Oh,
Hey, by the way, not a single one of you has missed.
yeah, right.
Not a single time.
for some of
Continue.
it, I was a dragon, so.
I'd like to also try to stun it.
Mhm.
I'm sure that it's got like a plus million on its con save, but
Yeah. Oh yeah, I
Minus
gotta roll right now.
please tell me you rolled a 1.
I didn't roll a 1, but I rolled a turd. What's the plus con? That's not gonna do it.
Is this stunned?
It
Get it,
is
get it.
done.
Yes.
Okay, got a 16.
I'm gonna unleash another attack.
Okay, do it.
That's a 31.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't roll my damage for the first one. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So that's 14 plus 17. Also on a hit, I'm going to spend 3 charges from my Staff of Striking to deal an extra 3d6 damage.
Okay. So tell me the total damage when you're done.
So that'll be 29 plus 14, 39, 43
43.
on my first 2 attacks.
First 2 attacks.
I'm going to spend a key
Alright.
point to do a flurry of blows to do another 2 attacks.
Yeah.
It's a 27 to hit
Yep.
and a 17.
17 does not hit.
I
First miss
missed.
of the night. How does it feel? You're invisible, hitting a stun thing, and you missed.
Jeez. 9 points of bludgeoning damage. I'm
You
like,
just kind of like just the last hit. You're like all worn out. You're
eh.
the last one doesn't quite do it. And so what's that extra damage that you did? 9.
9 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. God, that's a lot. All right.
There's like 50 something points of damage.
Yeah.
Oh man, pretty good.
All right. Excellent. It's going to bring actually. Let's see. Ooh. It begins to stir awake. It's not. It's still stunned for right now. It's not gonna unstun for right now. But it should come alive back for its turn. But I'm gonna say that you knocked it out of its legendary actions until it gets its turn.
Okay.
So we're gonna go to D'Artagnan.
Yep, I'm gonna attempt to do a stabby stab. 24 to, or no, sorry, 27 7 to hit.
20, yep.
And I'm doing this with Booming Blade and Sneak Attack. So Booming Blade this time, rather than the Green Flame, gets wrapped in Booming Energy, and if it moves before the start of my next turn, it's going to take extra damage.
Okay.
But so let me do the 10d6 Sneak Attack, plus 3d8 from Booming Blade, plus 1d4 from the Dagger, plus 8. 62 points of damage.
Okay. Wow. All right, that's a lot. All right, excellent. Once
And
again,
bonus
Terry-
action to hide because it seemed to have figured out where I was before.
Yeah, it's a good call. I'm so pissed about your evasion, both of you. I'm so mad. That's annoying.
No, you ruined my 9th level spell, so.
That's
Well, that's true.
another
Fine.
35 stealth.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Wow. All right. So it can't do anything yet. So Thistle.
Okay, I'm using my bonus action to wild shape into an earth elemental.
Okay.
Mostly for the hit points, if I'm being honest.
Where are you right now? Did you like clomp onto like one of the roots, one of the remaining
Yeah,
roots?
probably somewhere
Okay.
near the mean man.
Oh, wait a minute. You're still in its jaws.
Oh no, I forgot.
But it's like stunned, so I'll like so
Okay.
turning into an earth elemental, I'll say like it kind of like breaks free of its grip because I imagine it can't keep grappling a thing that while it's stunned. But so you kind of break free of its jaws and you can like be holding onto a nostril or let yourself free fall. What's up to you?
I want to hold on. No, yeah, I want to hold on to it.
All right, so you hold on. What do you do?
I'm gonna cast Feeble Mind on it.
Okay.
So it takes damage, which it just takes. Hold on, which is 4, 8, 11. It takes 17 psychic damage.
Okay.
And it has to make an intelligence saving throw, DC 19, and if it fails this, literally all of my dreams will come true.
Okay. So what does it mean when it fails?
Its intelligence and charisma scores become 1.
Okay.
It can't cast spells, activate magic items, understand language, or communicate intelligibly. And its intelligence becomes 1, mostly.
Yeah, it worked. They rolled a natural 1.
It can make no intelligible decisions. It can identify its friends, follow them, and protect them. And at the end of every 30 days, it can repeat the save.
I don't know that it's going to need a lot of intelligence to do what it's going to do next.
Just a big dumb snake.
It's like an 8th level spell. Just wanted
But
to
it's
do
very
something.
cool. Now it's dumb and doesn't realize what it's the justice that you're meting out on it.
Oh, okay. It's just an 8th level spell, but
It's Drogon before the last episode. All right, so what we're gonna do? We're going to it at this like when you cast Feeble Mind on it, as its stun begins to wear off, it goes absolutely berserk. Okay.
If it starts moving, it takes 48 thunder damage because it
Right.
takes booming energy.
Right now, it's not moving. It's attacking the earth.
just hoping to
monster
make
in
it
front of
forget about the tree, to be honest.
What's your AC right now?
Me?
Yeah.
17.
Okay. It hits you.
A lot, probably.
Yeah.
Cool.
So,
That's what I'm here
uh,
for.
Sean, roll me 2d10 plus
Okay.
8, and then 4d6 plus 20.
Whew. Okay. All right. So 16 and 34.
Okay, so Rock Monster takes that. And
Okay.
also roll me a strength saving throw.
Okay. $22.
All right, you manage to, as it chomps down on you, you manage to like wrest yourself free, so it doesn't like keep clamped down on you. But then it claws you twice, and then you kind of begin to kind of fall a little bit away from it. Sean, roll me a d6.
Okay. Not plus 20.
Okay,
2.
cool. All right, that'll bring us to Monk.
Okay. So does it seem like with the spell right now that it is more focused on us than it is on destroying the roots?
At least for right this moment.
Okay.
Now, the destruction of the roots is a primal desire of it, like that has existed before. And so it is it might not work forever, but for right now, this very moment, it does seem to have distracted it somewhat. And you managed to save one of the 3 remaining roots holding the fabric of reality together.
Cool.
No big.
No big.
It's fine,
I'm going to. Geez, I'm not going to use any of my subclass abilities because all this other stuff is just too good. I'm going to make I'm just going to make some attacks against it.
All right, excellent.
So first one, Staff of Striking, is a 30. I'm just going to roll both of them.
Hit.
Second one is a 19.
Not a hit.
Oh, geez. Okay. That's 12 points of bludgeoning damage. I'm going to spend another 3 charges from my staff to do another 3d6. So it's 11. So that's 23 points of damage for those 2.
Yep. Okay.
And
Cool.
then bonus action to make 2 unarmed strikes, spend another key point to do flurry of blows. Natural 20.
Here we go.
So that's shit damage, but 14 plus I'm going to spend another 3, pretty much my last 3 from the Staff of Striking to roll 3d6, which it'll be 66, 17, and I'm going to use Fury of the Small to add 20 to that.
Yes.
So 17 plus 14 is 31, plus 20 is 51 points of damage.
Wait, 51 plus the 4. Okay, plus the 14. Oh no, it's a 51.
No, it's 14 plus 51 total for the unarmed strike, and then my second unarmed strike.
For some unarmed strike. Fuck off.
19 to hit. I think that misses.
That's a miss. Yeah, that's a miss. Okay, so it's officially bloodied.
I'm done.
Excellent. So what it's going to do is going to we'll do this again. Yeah. It's going to once again kind of like belch out this noxious gas and try it like that kind of erupts from it. I need everyone to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, that shouldn't have been an advantage. 20.
Fail.
I'm gonna re-roll it then.
So you just re-roll it for as long as you want.
As long as I have key points.
How many do you have?
I got 1 left after this.
Okay.
I got a 21 dex save.
That's
Damn
a
it.
fail.
That was worse.
7.
I got 15.
That's a fail. So
Is it?
all fail. 2d6 plus 8 for bludgeoning damage, and everyone is knocked prone.
Is this magical?
No.
I take half.
All right. So, excellent. That was so your turn. So that brings us to D'Artagnan.
Yep. I assume none of that counted as Nidhogg moving from its space.
No, not yet. Although,
Oh, I need to make.
let's see. Have you hidden since the last time it saw you?
Yes, I got the 35 stealth.
Oh yeah, it doesn't know where you are right now.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say if it saw you, it might come at you, but
Yeah.
right now.
Well, let's see. Quick con check because I did take damage. At advantage. That's a 13 against 14 damage.
Sorry, what's
So
going on?
a 13 save versus 14 damage for a concentration check, which I think succeeds because it's half the damage.
It's half or 10, whatever's higher.
Oh, okay, half. Okay, yeah, that's just.
Yep. So still invisible, which means I do an invisible stabby stab. 27 to hit.
That hits.
So let me do 10d6 plus 3d8 from Booming Blade plus 1d4 from the dagger plus 8. 60 points of damage.
So much damage. Excellent. That's amazing. All right. So once again, you carve a third gash into it. It's going to try to find you.
I'm doing bonus action to hide at the end of my turn.
Yeah, go for it. It's good.
Well, that is not great for me.
Does it beat a 34?
No.
Yeah. I see you. What it would say if it wasn't. Bum, 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 bum. It's got that. Sorry.
Yep, but it is wrapped up in the booming energy.
Yeah, it's gonna definitely proc that real quick. Excellent. So that's going to that was its legendary action. So that's going to bring us to Thistle.
Yay! I'm still an Earth Elemental. I'm gonna cast Blight on the big mean thing at 7th level.
Okay.
So it makes a Constitution saving throw.
All right. 30.
That's a success, so it takes half damage.
Okay.
11d8. Whatever is half of 56.
Oh my god. Okay, so that's what, 28? Yeah. So
Worth it. Wait,
yeah.
is it a plant?
No,
Okay, well, that's it then.
that's not. Whoo!
It's not
Home
an
stretch,
ass.
y'all. A home
Snake bite.
stretch. All right, Sean, roll me a d6.
Okay. Oh, that was +8. It was a 4.
4. Damn it. All right. All right. So what it's going to see now, it sees D'Artagnan. It's going to go in, roll your booming blade energy as it dives towards you.
It takes 23 points of thunder damage.
Holy crap balls on a crap.
That was 2 8s and a 2 and a 5.
Wow. Good damage. Good damage.
Yep.
Sorry. I have to add all this up. So much math. Okay. All right. So what's the attack bonus? Does a 25 hit?
Yes.
Does a 29 and a higher than 29. Okay, so all those are going to hit. Sean, roll me 2d8 plus 10 plus 2d8 plus 4d6 plus 20.
2d8 and then 4d6 plus 20. So
Yeah, I'm
that's
going to use the uncanny dodge on that last one to half that damage.
It just halves damage on an attack.
you can use when an attacker that you can see hits you with an attack, you can use a reaction to have the attack's damage against you.
Okay, so the second attack was actually 2 attacks put together. It was like 2d6 plus 10 per claw attack. So you can, let me see, what was it?
So it would have been a 20, 22, and a 18.
Okay, so turning the 22 into an 11.
Yeah, the one that's the highest, you can half that, whatever that is.
Yeah, so 17 plus 22 from the 11. and the
Basically, we can drop 16 from the damage, your total damage, I think.
50, 67, 67 minus 19.
Or 11.
Or
It would be 11, yeah. You'd subtract
Yeah, it'd be
11.
11.
Damage.
We can subtract 11.
Okay, so,
So I forgot, whatever the damage is, you can subtract 11 from that, but I need you to roll a strength saving throw.
which I am not great at. I'm also down to a third of my health.
Oh, geez.
That is a 7 strength save.
You are grappled within its mouth currently.
Yep.
And it's kind of gripping you within its jaws, pressing down into you, threatening to break your rib cage, crushing it in on itself. It lashes out with its tail wrapping around one of the roots and wrenches it free, sending a shower of splinters into the roiling clouds below. There are 2 roots holding together reality. Monk.
Oh, man, that kind of changes what I was going to do. Yeah, I'm just going to keep attacking it. So run up and do my first 2 staff attacks. At advantage. 25.
Yep.
27.
Yep.
So that is, geez, that's really bad damage. 23 points of damage for those 2.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do 1 unarmed strike as a bonus action. Natural 20.
Yeah. It's good.
Terrible damage. That was 2 1s.
What?
7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Well done, though. So that's okay. All right. Now I get to use this fun new other ability.
Okay. Before we do that, I need to make concentration checks to maintain invisibility against each of those attacks.
Okay.
Which this is, well, we'll see. So, well, that's a 10 against the 17, which I think still succeeds.
Nice.
Then natural 20 against the 11. Am I making the save against the original damage or the uncanny dodge damage?
You can do uncanny dodge damage.
Yeah, that's going to succeed. 15 versus the 11. And so now the last one was a 17 again. Yeah, that's another natural 20. So I'm still invisible somehow.
Fantastic. All right. So I take a legendary action right here. So a disadvantage because you're invisible, but 25 should still hit, right?
Yep.
Okay. With a quick flick of its jaws and a snap, D'Artagnan is swallowed. Good news, you're no longer grappled. Bad news is that you're blinded, restrained.
And also you were invisible, so
Did we just see it swallow like nothing?
Just kind of like this kind of like blood is kind of like trickling from this unknown source, and just kind of like as it kind of like I think like maybe its tongue wraps around this invisible thing, and then it pulls it. And
I lean over to where I think D'Artagnan is and be like, what's wrong with it?
Okay, let me make sure there's at the start of its turn. So I don't do anything right now. Okay. All right. So that's going to bring us to Thistle.
Wait, my turn, right?
Oh, wait. Was that not your turn?
Did you not just go?
I thought
No.
you just... Oh, yeah.
I made the saves that I should have.
You're right. Sorry. That tricked me up. But yes, it is your turn.
Sorry.
You're in there.
Yeah, so I'm now restrained, though, which is not great. And I don't really have anything to get around that. Although it's still not going to have advantage against me because of things.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess this is just a straight roll now. But it's also not even going to get sneak attack. So it's probably better for me to try and use my action to... Can I try and use my action to get out?
Yeah, what action would you use?
Some kind of acrobatics check to parkour my way back up out its throat.
I don't know, buddy.
Yeah. Well,
I'm trying to think. Do you have any equipment, like any poisons, any weird herbs? If it's like has a gluten allergy or something, like
nah.
is there anything that you can possibly use against this thing?
Nope, just my
Any
magic
spells?
dagger. I could fill it up with grease.
I mean, that might be a good start.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna cast grease in its throat, and it's not yummy grease.
Yeah, I love it. That's awesome. That's cool.
And I'm now also, I guess, greased up as well.
Yeah, and it also says in range. It doesn't necessarily, you don't have to see. So perfect. That's a perfect. So yeah, I think its tummy is upset because that's real gross. It just ate at Five Guys, and it was like, well done. That's cool. That's gonna bring us to Thistle.
Can I bonus action hide in its gizzard?
It will have no bearing on anything, but you can roll it if you feel like it.
30 stealth.
Yep.
Inside its throat.
Yeah, perfect. Thistle.
I'm gonna cast Sunbeam at the mean worm.
Okay.
It makes a Constitution save.
Alrighty. You also make a con save, D'Artagnan, but you get advantage. Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah. What is it? So, 35.
Okay, well, just barely.
34, sorry. Yeah.
I only got a 14.
Well, you fail.
Yep.
So you're blinded.
Again.
Double blinded.
Double blinded.
Oh no.
Is there half damage on a save?
Yeah,
or?
it's half damage from, because I rolled really well, 41 radiant damage.
Half on 41?
Mhm.
I was going to say.
No, 41's a total.
So I'm taking that 41.
Yeah.
That puts me exactly to 0.
I don't know, you're
All
in
right.
there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yikes.
So you
And
were
instead, the
Let-
beam
let me know when
stays
you
there
guys
and I
finish.
can move it around, so.
All right. So very close. Okay. All right. That's going to bring its turn. And Alex, take one death save failure for being in its stomach while you're unconscious. There's like a damage roll of 4d6 acid, but that won't kill you, but it will do a death save. So then it's going to, with its action, Sean, can you roll me a d6?
Yes, I can. Not plus 20, d6. 3.
Damn. Okay. All right. It's going to. I guess it's going to go towards the only thing it can see, and it's going to just go in ham on the Earth Elemental. So.
Eat me!
34, 19, and a natural 20. So, Sean, I assume the second one misses, right?
No, that hits. It's a 17 AC.
Oh, these all hit? Okay, cool. All right, so Sean, roll me 2d8 plus 8. 2d... I'm sorry. No, sorry. Start over. 2d10 plus 8 plus 2d8 and then plus 6d6 plus 20.
Okay. 21 plus 10 plus 40.
21 plus 10 plus 40, so that's 71 damage.
Okay. I'm not an elemental anymore by 2 points of damage. I turn back into Thistle.
So all these like kind of rocks like kind of crumble away and fall away, and then like this small form of Thistle kind of have you been standing on this root for this fight, or have you been kind of like okay, so
hey,
so you're kind of all the rocks fall away. You're like it's just you standing there, and then
nice.
and then with the last thing that's going to do is going to tear at one of the last two roots and pull it free, leaving just one.
Jeez.
That's going to bring us to Monk.
All right, then. Well, I guess this is probably the last time I get to try to attack anything. Yeah, I'm just going to go for it. So, Staff of Striking, first two attacks. It's 25 and a 29.
Hit.
18 plus 14, 32 points of damage.
Okay.
I am going to spend my last. I just get one charge left of the Staff of Striking. I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to roll 1d6 just to try to add on.
Mm-hmm.
That's 1. Have to roll a d20 to see if it breaks. I'm good.
Okay.
And then I'm going to make an unarmed strike against it. Yeah, I'm gonna spend a key point to do 2 more strikes.
Okay.
Natural 20 for that's much better. So 16 points of bludgeoning damage, and then natural 20 for 21 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right. Well, so when you were rolling for the extra damage from that staff, if you rolled max, you would have killed it then.
Aw.
However, you do manage to pick up the slack with your unarmed strike. So go ahead and describe it. How do you want to do this?
Okay. So I think I run up the back of the snake as it's curled around, kind of flip up onto its head, and as I'm somersaulting, I give whack with the staff as hard as I can. And then I think I just sort of throw the staff to the side as I'm giving those last 2 strikes in, knowing that it's completely spent. And as I'm coming down, I do like one solid kind of 1-inch punch to the skull of the creature, and then I follow up with like a full punch and just straight through the weakened bone into the brain.
So as you punch through at the base of the skull, what happens is the whole top shelf of the skull slides forward and off, and this kind of the top jaw of this creature cracks off. And then it kind of like there's just like this wet guttural howl as Nidhogg spins and spurts as a greased D'Artagnan slides out of the gullet of Nidhogg, and there's like you don't see. D'Artagnan, actually, do you need concentration to keep your invisibility? Okay, you do see D'Artagnan greased up, looking shiny and sexy. It's like just kind of like floating through the air, spinning around like a top, out into the open air. What do you do, Thistle?
I could heal him. Do we like him that much?
Yeah, might as well.
That's your talking.
I hit the ground. I take another failure, and I rolled a 13, so not dead.
Okay.
I just kind of go, healing word.
Okay. So you get at least
You get
a heap.
9.
9 heaps. As I think, I think as you spiral through, you kind of you get pulled into the gravity of the last remaining route, and you kind of skip along it, and then you're healed and brought back from the brink.
You're welcome.
How'd you end up in there?
It ate me.
Ew.
All right, where's my prize?
And a glowing light shows up. It's like, you've done it. You've saved the world.
Again, probably. Most of
Yeah.
us.
Well, I don't know about that, but I don't subscribe to your newsletter, so I don't really know what it is that you do, or don't even know your names, really. But when we called, the world's mightiest heroes came forth, and we were not disappointed.
I mean, you kind of kidnapped us, and maybe some innocent people died because I wasn't guiding them through the mountains anymore, but okay. Weird flex.
We can bring you back to where you were the moment when you left. Mainly because you lived. And there's still a reality to come home to. But thank you.
Cool.
You're welcome. Hey, this was fun. Like, we should do this again.
I hope we don't have to do this again. But appreciate it.
Okay, well, maybe if there's like a dragon or something, just call us, because...
I go, oh wait, we never got to use this. Hold on.
Then,
I'm a little teeny pot short, and I was trying to do the
and the song is stolen
Oh.
from your lips.
Damn it.
Oh.
And each of you find yourself returned from which you came in the middle of a bar fight, leading people through a
Ollie.
mountain and playing cards. And this time, D'Artagnan, now greased and half dead, now in the gambling hall. But what do you all, is there anything you all want to do after that?
Win the fight. Finish the fight.
Okay. Bum, bum, bum.
He just takes the grease away and gets back to.
Nothing happened. Just order something from the bar or something like that.
I'm 674 years old, so probably relatively unfazed.
All right, and with that
Okay.
epic
And if you
ending,
look to your right, you will see.
and as the heroes return to their day-to-day, nothing else happens because there is nothing else. That's it. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight.
Yay.
Having fun with a level 20 one-shot adventure.
Was good.
Good job, players. Raffle stomping all the things.
Woohoo.
It was a lot of fun. Hope you all had fun too. And we'll see you all tomorrow for our Myths Are Real, buddy.
Yep, that's what it's called.
That's what it's called now.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.